Hello everyone, welcome if you are new to my channel. My name is Julie. So today we're going to kind of be going over my A6 a little bit more in detail and plan out the day, because this is kind of what I've been using for my daily planning as of recent, and I really love it. I shared in my previous video like my current planning status, or my stack, if you will. I feel like it's always like ever evolving, and if something changes, it's like, you know, people can kind of be like, oh my God, why? Or, you know, what's going on? Why are you using this? Things like that. So I had a couple of people, like literally just two people asking to see a little bit more of my A6 and what that looked like in my planning system. And you know, I just can't ever stop talking about planning. So here we go. So I am in the A6, the English version. I know that there is another version with like the kind of like that manila folder-ish cover. I have the one with the black, and I have a Lauren Phelps design clear cover on it. Totally not necessary, but for the longest time, I just never had my A6 in a cover. And speaking of covers, I recently got the Little Gifts cover. I've talked about this before, but at launch, this sold out very quickly. Now it is back in stock, and I believe you can get it pretty much everywhere, to include Amazon, which is awesome because I went the eBay route, which I kind of like eBay because, you know, you're kind of buying like pre-loved things. And I don't know, I enjoy that process. I also buy like a lot of handbags from eBay because you can find just the ones that have been discontinued that way, things like that. So I don't know, I still find a lot of love over on eBay, and I find it less complicated than websites like Poshmark. I don't know, I just haven't had a good experience with Poshmark. Anyway, so this is the Little Gifts cover. It is gorgeous. It is one of my favorite covers that I've ever owned of any planner ever. I don't know what it is. I love it. And I was so sad when it did sell out, and I'm glad that I was able to get my hands on it. My previous cover was just this blue one from Hobonichi, which there's nothing wrong with it. It was just very like, you know, it's just blue, brown on the inside, nothing too exciting. And then I got like the cover on cover, which kind of protects your cover. And that makes sense, right? Like I really liked this on the blue, but for some reason, when I put it on the Little Gifts cover, it was giving like plastic covered couch vibes. You know, I'm not wrong. And I can say that because my grandmother had a plastic couch, or a couch covered in plastic. And I can remember many summers where I lost a couple of layers of skin trying to peel myself off said couch. So memories, so many memories. I took the cover off. I was like, it's going to be okay. This feels like a very wipeable material. Anyway, I'm not too worried about it. It's a busy enough pattern. Like even if you got something on it, you probably wouldn't see it. That is obviously completely different for the blue cover. So that's just where I'm at with the cover. The pockets are kind of a hot mess. The person I bought the cover from sent like these cute little like sticky notes and things. And then I just have this little note in here from some friends that I always have in there. It's kind of nice to pull out every now and then. All right, so let's jump into the book itself because I really don't have too much going on elsewhere. Like I said, this is a clear Lauren Phelps design cover. It does slide into the back of the book. I know a lot of people are always curious about that. If you have a clear cover on your planner, does it work with another cover on top of it? And for me, yes, it does. I have this little adhesive pocket from the planner spot on here. I think I stuck one in the front and in the back, and I just have like a little sticky note that the seller of this cover sent. They sent a lot of cute little things, and I love them. I'm going to use this in my planner at some point, but I stuck it here anyway. Got a cute little sticker from Redbubble that says death before decaf, because absolutely yes. So when I hop in here in the morning or sometimes in the evening, I will immediately go to my month view, and that's where I've been putting my daily gratitude. This is not my original idea. I've seen tons of people do this because I don't need another daily, or I don't need another monthly planner. I have that in my Hobonichi cousin. So that's where that goes. But this is a nice little spot. You can fit stuff in here, so don't be afraid of the size. And then this is just where I put my daily gratitude, just a quick little blurb. And then on my daily pages, I literally have just the most random things, like my to-do list for around the house and Julie's plans. And sometimes it gets flipped around. Sometimes I add errands. Sometimes I'm adding literal notes for the videos that I'm filming because it's just right there and I'm just writing it in there. And this is kind of how it's gone, just throwing in some errands. If I have somewhere to go, adding in one of the sticky notes that seller gave me along this with this super cute sticker of a cat massaging its face. It's like the most adorable thing on the planet. I'll write in here like what's for dinner, meetings, things like that. I had to remind myself that I had to leave by a certain time for a meeting because it was downtown and I was like, oh God, it's gonna take me forever to get there. It really didn't, but and then, yeah, I started adding in some of the black marker with the white jelly roll because I kind of just like how that pops off of the page. I tried to highlight over my Muji pen and left myself a little reminder note that just does not work very well for this book. And then every now and then I'll add maybe a sticker and some washi, but for the most part, I don't have those items around me when I'm planning in here. And this kind of does live in my bag if I go somewhere. It comes with me, or it just sits on my desk open because I'm really just in my Hobonichi about once a day to journal and to check like my weekly view. And that's where I'll kind of reference what needs to go in my daily here. So now here we are on Thursday the 18th. Let's get to planning and what that looks like. So to create the little black header, I just take the Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen marker. I just use the soft. I have the soft and the hard version. It really does not matter which version you use. And I just create like a little bit of a header here. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just fill it in. I try not to go over it too many times, although it's really hard to make anything bleed through the Hobonichi paper. I don't like to risk it too much. And then I just give it like a second to dry because it makes the jelly roll pen work a little bit better if you're writing on marker that isn't soaking wet, in my opinion. So I do actually have a meeting this morning at 10:30. So I kind of will just throw like my meetings or anything like important that I need to remember over here. Like yesterday I had a meeting at one of the local colleges at 1 o'clock. I also wrote down that I did attend the co-working thing that Myra is hosting. She now has a Twitch. I'll try to leave a link for it down below. Yesterday was literally my first time on Twitch. I was like, I feel too old for this, but I wanted to support her and I wanted to show up for it. And I gotta tell you, I've never ever done any co-working anything. That was literally the best thing ever. I felt like I was in a room with my coworkers and not having to make any weird small talk. Every now and then we would stop and take a break and hop in the chat. It was just so much fun. 10 out of 10 recommend. And that's where I'll just kind of throw things in there, and then the rest is just kind of filled in with whatever. So I do have a meeting at 10:30 that I need to be at. And then I think that's my only meeting of the day, I think. Over on the upper left, really doesn't matter. Sometimes I switch it up, but I will write like all of the things that I have to get done at home. Sometimes I feel like this pen needs a little bit of warming up. Could just be me, but I just write home stuff on here and it just kind of pops off of the page. The H for some reason is giving me a hard time. I don't know, I think it looks cute. And then Julie's plans stuff goes over here. It could be that it's still a little damp and that's why, I don't know. But it still looks good to me. And that's what I put in each category. So what do we have to get done today? Literally a daily task in my life is vacuuming. I have 3 dogs. They all shed. 2 of them shed way more than the third. Either way, if I go more than 24 hours without vacuuming these floors, it's just there's tumbleweeds of hair floating around, and that's not the vibe I'm going for in our house. Like, it literally, like, it just feels icky. So I do vacuum every day. It is Thursday, which is like our day before trash day. So I clean out my fridge of anything that needs to go out to the trash. And I wait till the day before, even if it needed to go to the trash before then, because I don't want it like creating a whole big stink. Like, it just needs to spend the least amount of time in my trash can. You know what I mean? So I do that, and then I organize the pantry really quick. And I do that because there are people in my house, I shall not name names, but you know who they are, that like to leave empty boxes in the pantry. So it's really hard for me to go grocery shopping when I think that the pantry is full of things, but it's actually just full of empty boxes. Like, if that isn't just the biggest, like, you know, it's so aggravating, because I'll be like, oh, I thought that we had not macaroni and cheese. Obviously the box would be empty, but I thought we had, you know, such and such crackers. Well, you go and you check the box and it's empty, and someone just thought it was a great idea to put that back in the pantry. Anyway, I could go on a whole rant / TED talk about how that is the most evil thing you could do to someone. Anyway, that's that. I got to get the recycling out. We do have some boxes that didn't fit in the trash bin last week. And then what else? I need to trim the dog's nails. I don't know why I like to do that on Thursdays, but I just do. And it keeps me from worrying about it on the weekend, creating this regular habit for them over time. Like, the dogs just don't get irate when you do their nails more frequently, all that good stuff. Off the top of my head, that's all I can think of. That's why this book stays open, because as I add things throughout the day, then they just get written in here. I love to do that. Julie's Pan stuff. I need to film this video right here. So film daily A6. I need to film, nope, I need to edit my planner chat video. I do need to sign a contract today that I should have signed yesterday. Yay, that's awesome, but I need to send it off really quick just to have a second set of eyes on it, because y'all, if you're in the content creation space, don't just sign a contract. Someone else needs to look at it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And then email catch up. That is just a constant thing, and cleanup, because sometimes the emails that I get, they're just wild. And then I always go through my comments and messages pretty much daily. And then I need to post to TikTok. I'm trying to get more consistent over there. I am literally on the cusp of being added to the creator fund. You have to meet like the number of followers, and I believe it's number of likes threshold, and I'm not there. I think the likes has to be like 100,000, and I'm sitting at like 91. Now I need to go look, because I'm close. I'm so close, but you know, it's kind of a pain. 92.1. So close. We can get there. If you're not following me on TikTok, go over there. Go like everything. All right, and then errands. Ooh, should I do another header for some errands? I do actually have to go to the store today, because I think I shared this in my previous video, but we did groceries a little bit early because of the bad weather. So that means I didn't go on Sunday like I normally do. So it feels like we've gone extra days without me replenishing certain things. So I just have to get a couple of things. It's not going to be full on groceries. So I do need to do that, because we have run out of a couple of essential things that we just need to pick up to get us through Sunday. And then I need to go to Petco, where the pets go, to get dog food. Both Brody and Bruiser eat a different food than what Loki eats, because he's still a puppy. So, and Loki's way more sensitive to like a lot of different ingredients, because of course that's how Frenchies are. They're allergic to everything. And so I've got to go pick up their dog food. So it's always fun. And they're like not on the same cycle. They never both need dog food at the same time. So it's like I'm there every other week. It's aggravating. Anyway, I am hoping that at some point once we figure out exactly what Loki's allergy is, because it's been kind of hard to pinpoint if it's seasonal or if it's a specific ingredient, because he's still a puppy. If we can at some point get them all in the same food, that will be amazing. All right, I think it's safe to write errands on here. You will see, I don't know. Anyway, I am loving this combination of the black with the white letters on it. Nah, that wasn't exactly dry. It's okay. All right, dinner on Thursdays. Really, there's nothing. I mean, people are gonna eat, but they have to fend for themselves because that is how we roll at my house. Thursdays, I do not cook. That's just the way of it. All right, so that is it for how I'm using this book, what I put in here, things like that. I'm not really, again, not getting decorative, not worrying about perfection. You saw some days are just pure chaos up in here. I'm trying to be a little bit more orderly, but I'm also trying to get out of that. Everything has to look so super aesthetically pleasing and Instagram ready. It just has to be functional. I just need to be able to use it. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're already subscribed, make sure you turn on that notification bell so that you know when my videos are posted here on YouTube. And go follow me over on TikTok. All right, guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.